The studio lights gleam brighter than ever, the crowd murmuring in anticipation. Another night, another chance for dreams to rise from the shadows and reach for the stars. Welcome to our channel, where unbelievable talent meets unforgettable stories, moments that prove that one voice can truly change everything. The camera pans across the stage of America's Got Talent. The energy is electric, the air charged with curiosity. Suddenly, the giant doors open, and a petite Filipina girl steps into the spotlight. She can't be more than 17, her hands trembling slightly as she clutches the microphone. She walks with quiet determination, her eyes wide, scanning the enormous audience before her. Simon Cowell leans forward, studying her face with curiosity. Next to him, Sofia Vergara gives a warm smile, while Heidi Klum whispers softly, "She looks so young." The host, with his usual charm, calls out from backstage, "Next up, we have someone all the way from the Philippines." The audience cheers wildly. The young girl takes a deep breath, smiles nervously, and says in a gentle voice, "Hello, my name is Althea, I'm from Manila, Philippines." Her accent is soft, her tone humble, but there's a quiet strength behind it. Simon folds his hands, smiling slightly. "Hi, Althea, welcome to America's Got Talent. Tell us, what brings you here today?" She looks at him, her voice almost breaking with emotion. "I've always dreamed of singing on this stage since I was a little girl. Back home, we used to watch AGT on a small TV, and I promised my mama that one day, she would see me here. I want to make her proud, and show that no dream is too far." A gentle murmur ripples through the audience, a few people are already tearing up. Heidi nods warmly. "That's so beautiful. What are you going to sing for us tonight?" Althea smiles shyly. "I'm going to sing Defying Gravity, from the musical Wicked." Immediately, there's a collective gasp. Sophia raises her eyebrows. "That's a very hard song." Simon tilts his head, smirking slightly. "Indeed, that's one of the most difficult songs ever written for a musical. Are you sure you want to sing that?" Althea nods, her eyes unwavering. "Yes, I know it's hard, but I believe I can." Simon leans back, intrigued. "All right then, the stage is yours." The lights dim, a hush falls over the entire arena. The first haunting notes of Defying Gravity begin to play. Althea closes her eyes. For a moment, she's silent, then, with a soft breath, she begins to sing. "Something has changed within me." The first line comes out tender, pure, and fragile, like a whisper of hope carried by the wind. Her voice trembles slightly, but every note lands perfectly. The audience listens in silence. Even Simon's skeptical expression begins to soften. She continues, her voice gaining power with each word. "I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game." There's emotion in her tone, not just singing, but storytelling. You can feel her journey, her struggles, her courage. Halfway through the first verse, the orchestra swells, and Althea's voice soars. The crowd starts to cheer, sensing something extraordinary unfolding. Then comes the chorus, the moment every singer fears. The note that demands not only skill but soul. She lifts her head, her eyes shining under the spotlight, and belts out. "It's time to try defying gravity." The arena explodes in cheers. The sound of her voice fills every corner of the hall, powerful, controlled, yet effortless. Simon's eyes widen. He glances at the other judges in disbelief. Sophia places a hand over her mouth, whispering, "Oh my God." The audience rises to their feet, clapping mid-performance. It's rare, so rare that it almost never happens before a song ends. But Althea isn't finished. She keeps singing, reaching higher and higher, as if she truly is defying gravity itself. When she hits the final note, the impossible note, she closes her eyes, her voice soaring like a bird breaking free from its cage. The sound is crystal clear, powerful enough to send shivers down every spine in the room. For a few seconds, silence. Pure, stunned silence. Then, boom. The entire arena erupts in applause, screams, and cheers. The camera pans across the audience, people are standing, crying, screaming her name. Sophia stands up, clapping furiously. Heidi is smiling ear to ear. Even Howie Mandel is grinning, shaking his head in disbelief. Simon doesn't move at first. He just stares, eyes locked on Althea. She stands there on stage, breathing hard, tears welling in her eyes. She looks both shocked and relieved, as if she herself can't believe what just happened. Simon finally stands, slowly. Then he looks at her, his voice calm but filled with awe. "Althea, I've heard a lot of versions of that song over the years. And I can honestly say, I've never heard anyone sing it quite like that. That was extraordinary. The crowd cheers even louder. Sophia adds, you took one of the hardest songs in the world, and you made it sound effortless. You're not just a singer, you're a storyteller. Heidi nods, and the emotion, you made us all feel something deep inside. That's what this stage is about. Simon glances at the golden buzzer in front of him. The crowd notices, they start chanting, golden buzzer. Golden buzzer. Althea covers her mouth, tears streaming down her cheeks. Simon smiles, teasingly. You know what's funny? When you walked out here, I didn't expect that. But that's what makes this show special, surprises like you. Althea, you didn't just sing that song, you owned it. He looks at the audience, then back at her. And for that, I think you deserve this. He slams the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rains from the ceiling as the audience screams. Althea collapses to her knees, crying uncontrollably. The music swells, that iconic AGT golden buzzer theme echoing through the arena. Her family runs out from backstage, her mother and younger brother, both crying as they embrace her. Simon walks up to the stage, smiling softly. You did it, that was magic. Through her tears, Althea says, thank you so much. This means everything. Simon places a hand on her shoulder. You've got a gift, and the world needs to hear it. The crowd chants her name, Althea. Althea, as the camera pans over the golden confetti shimmering under the lights. The video replays her performance in slow motion, that moment when she hit the impossible note, Simon's jaw dropping, and the confetti falling like gold rain. As the music fades, the narrator's voice returns. They say music has the power to break barriers, to cross oceans, to touch hearts. And tonight, a young girl from the Philippines didn't just sing, she proved that dreams have no borders, that talent has no language, and that when you believe in yourself, even gravity can't hold you down. Her voice became a bridge, between hope and reality, between a small home in Manila and the grandest stage in the world. After the show, social media exploded. Millions of people watched her clip within hours. Comments flooded in, the best, Defying Gravity, ever sung. She made me cry. The pride of the Philippines. Even Broadway performers reacted online, calling her, a natural-born star, and, the future of musical theater. Simon Cowell posted a short message that night. Every once in a while, you hear a voice that reminds you why you fell in love with music in the first place. Althea, you are that voice. In interviews afterward, Althea shared that her journey was far from easy. Back in the Philippines, her family struggled financially. Her mother worked multiple jobs, and sometimes, they couldn't even afford proper meals. But through it all, Althea kept singing, at school, in local contests, in church, anywhere she could. She said, music was my escape. When I sang, I felt free. Her audition on America's Got Talent wasn't just a performance. It was the culmination of years of sacrifice, perseverance, and unwavering faith. The next episode showed her progressing to the semifinals. Each time she stepped on that stage, her confidence grew. She sang not only for herself, but for every Filipino child who dreamed of something bigger, for every person who ever felt small but dared to rise. One night, Simon told her, you have something very rare, a combination of humility, power, and authenticity. You don't just perform, you connect. That comment went viral. Fans all around the world started following her journey. She became a symbol, not just of talent, but of resilience. During the semifinals, Althea performed another song that left the judges speechless. She sang, Never Enough, from The Greatest Showman, and once again, her voice filled the arena like a wave of emotion. The crowd gave her a standing ovation. Simon was visibly emotional. You have the kind of voice people remember forever, he said. By the time the finals arrived, Althea had become a global sensation. Her YouTube videos were trending across Asia and the United States. Interviews, fan tributes, reaction videos, her story had inspired millions. On the night of the finals, she walked onto the stage in a shimmering emerald green gown, symbolizing hope, courage, and her love for her homeland. She began her final song, an original piece titled, Rise Above, which she co-wrote with her coach. The lyrics told her story, from growing up in Manila to standing on one of the biggest stages in the world. As she sang, the audience held their breath. Her voice carried not just notes, but dreams, the sound of perseverance, love, and belief. When she finished, there was silence again, the kind of silence that means everyone is too moved to speak. Then, slowly, the entire audience rose to their feet. Tears rolled down Simon's face. He pressed his buzzer, stood up, and said, "You are the reason this show exists. You're not just a singer. You're a phenomenon." Althea didn't win the season, but it didn't matter. Her performance became one of the most viewed videos in AGT history. She received invitations from international music producers, Broadway directors, and recording labels. When asked what she wanted to do next, she said softly, "I want to go home first, and sing for my mother." Back in Manila, she returned to a hero's welcome. Thousands greeted her at the airport, waving flags and cheering her name. She visited her old neighborhood, where kids ran to her, asking for selfies and hugs. Her mother, tears in her eyes, said, "I always knew she could fly, she just needed a little push." Months later, Althea released her debut single, inspired by her AGT journey. The song was called Defying Gravity, and within days, it topped the iTunes charts in multiple countries. Simon Cowell himself appeared in a surprise video message for her single's launch, saying, "You were right, Althea. You really can defy gravity." As her music career blossomed, Althea never forgot where she came from. She began a foundation to help underprivileged Filipino kids pursue music. She visited schools, donated instruments, and taught free workshops. When asked why she does it, she said, "Because once, I was one of them. Someone believed in me, and now it's my turn to believe in them." Her story became more than a viral audition, it became a legend, a symbol of hope that continues to inspire millions worldwide. To this day, people still replay that audition, the one where a shy Filipina girl walked onto the AGT stage and blew the roof off with Defying Gravity. Simon Cowell once said in an interview, "I've heard thousands of singers, but Althea reminded me that true magic happens when talent meets heart." And that's exactly what she was, pure heart. The story of Althea reminds us that no matter where we come from, how little we have, or how impossible our dreams may seem, if we keep believing, keep working, and never give up, one day, the world will listen. Because talent can be born anywhere, in the streets of Manila, in a small village, in a quiet home where a girl dreams big. And when that talent finally finds its stage, it doesn't just touch hearts, it changes lives. The lights fade, and the video closes with Althea's iconic note, that soaring, gravity-defying note that still gives people chills around the world. The screen fades to black, with words appearing softly across the screen. "Dream high, sing loud, believe always." Then your familiar outro voice plays. If you were moved by this story, don't forget to subscribe and join us again for more unbelievable moments where dreams truly come alive. The background fades out to the gentle echo of applause, the sound of dreams coming true.